Hey, this is BrindeWolf.
And I'm Lunaria.
You're listening to Rise Awakenings, part of the Rise Radio Network where advice meets action.
We're here to spark your growth, lift your spirit, and help you crush your potential.
Rise Awakenings, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice where dreams awaken. Rise Awakening, now is the time.
Rise Awakenings, let's rise together.
Now, anybody who has been in one of my TikTok rooms, well, you won't be anymore, but that's another story. But you'll recognize this deck as the one that slaps. They call it the Law of Attraction Oracle. So that's what we'll be hearing from tonight. And we're going to start off with a reversed perspective. Limited thinking may be holding you back. Open yourself to new viewpoints and possibilities. You've been seeing things a certain way for a long time. Meanwhile, you feel like nothing is changing. And if it is, you keep wondering why you didn't see it when it happened. Perhaps holding on to the perspectives you've always fallen back on kept the imagination and perception from seeing what was actually in front of you the whole time. Change your perspective on what is, and you'll open the doors to what could be. Then we have determination reversed. Wavering commitment may be delaying progress. Renew your dedication to your goal. It's no surprise that this would follow perspective, because if you have the perception that something isn't going to work, then the determination you could have won't be there. What if what you wanted just took a little more effort to achieve, but was plagued with limiting beliefs, holding you in a stalemate from reaching them? I mean, without the right perception, finding the determination can be meaningless. And then it's followed up with reverse momentum. You might be feeling stuck. Shift your approach and regain momentum with small steps. Well, this is becoming like a story that's building one step at a time. Slow and steady. But if your perception is off and determination wavering, how in the bloody hell can you expect to have any momentum behind getting started? Or even continuing, for that matter. The word struck suggests that something is immobile, unmoving. Makes one think about a good adhesive to keep things together. And the times when it was applied to the wrong surface, causing pieces to be glued. And the only way to get them apart is with slow and steady movement or the correct solvent. Then we have efficiency, also reversed. Overworking or wasted energy may be slowing progress. Refocus on what matters. While you've been trying to fit pieces of a puzzle together that just don't fit and getting more and more frustrated with the lack of momentum, you kept looking at something that could have been more efficient to spend your time on. Some distractions are necessary so you can learn what you needed to in order to move forward. But far too often, what you actually needed was to walk away from the insanity-driven repetitions of expecting a different outcome. What matters? Can you see it? Is it near? Or do you literally have to walk away from what you've been piecing together in order to get to what you need? Then we have awakening. Fear of change may be keeping you asleep to your true potential. Embrace the awakening process. This is what lies beneath most perceptive determinations, causing momentum to lack efficiency. Quite a mouthful to keep up with the rest of the messages. But fear of change is a motivational tool that we use most often when it comes to getting to where we could be. Release the fear. You actually make more room for everything else to happen. Sure, change is scary because it means that many things will be unfamiliar, but there can be excitement in that too. Awakening can be like bathtub crayons, drawing all over the walls, making a mess, splashing around, playing. But that mess can be cleaned up with ease. Embrace the creativity and be messy. Has to be better than what you've been experiencing. Then we have empowerment. External influences may be draining your power. Reclaim control of your decisions. Sticking with the bathtub crayons, you might hear voices from the past where you were told not to make a mess. Stay inside the lines, as it were. Remember that your vision is yours. Your journey is yours. Your motivation is yours. You might be influenced by someone you watch, an article you read, a social media post. It's the what you do with it that matters, how personally you take it. If it becomes the reason that you do something, then embrace that regardless of which side of the conversation it points to. If it drains you, then recognize it. If it empowers you, embrace it. And finally, wisdom reversed. Doubt or external noise may be clouding your wisdom. Return to your inner knowing and trust your intuition. Years ago, after being bombarded with information, I asked for it to be paused because it was causing my mind to be too busy. What I didn't realize then was that a simple statement I made was part of the key to understanding what wisdom meant. I know what I need to know, when I need to know it, and how. When you quiet the external noise that is replayed in your head long enough, you can begin to hear the internal wisdom that's been quietly calling to you. And everything mentioned before in this reading will truly begin to make sense because you're listening. What?
I heard every word. Nasty words to you in the chat, but you didn't see them.
I saw.
I know.
I see now. Oh, those words. Okay. Sorry, I had to scroll up to see those words.
Yes, that word.
And I expected to see those words or hear them.
No. Wow. Okay. Well.
And this is why everybody who has ever gotten a reading from those feels slapped, whether I slap the camera or not.
Yeah, you can see that.
Yeah. Sorry, not sorry.
Thank you for giving the look. You're welcome, Bumblegins. Because I know she was feeling it too.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Alrighty, let's see where we are today. See how enmeshed we are. All right, guys. We are starting off today with a present energy, which is the Knight of Cups. This is emotional fulfillment, wishes, and self-satisfaction. But also the I'm okay on my own card. You're in a place where you know what you want emotionally and you're no longer willing to settle. Enjoy your independence, but don't confuse self-sufficiency with emotional isolation. It's safe to want more and feel content where you are. All right, the crossing energy is the Six of Pentacles, meaning balance, reciprocity, equal give and take. This is the lesson you're still integrating into love. Past relationships likely lean toward imbalance, you giving more than you received. Stop negotiating your worth. Love should feel mutual, not managed. If effort isn't flowing both ways, that's your answer. All right, next up in your subconscious or the root of the issue is the Eight of Cups. The meaning is emotional Abandonment, walking away or leaving what once mattered. At your core, you've already left something emotionally, even if part of you still checks the door behind you. Honor the leaving. You didn't walk away because you failed, you walked away because you grew. All right, in the foundation, in the past, we have the Fool. Innocence, leaps of faith, and hopeful beginnings. You once entered love with an open heart and very little armor. Pure belief, pure trust. Don't punish yourself for that innocence. The goal isn't to become guarded, it's to become wise and open. All right. Your conscious goal is the Two of Cups. This is soul level connection, mutual devotion, and emotional equality. This is real love, not chemistry, not intensity, but alignment. Hold this as your standard. Anything that requires convincing, chasing, or proving is not it. All right. In the near future, we have strength. The meaning of this is emotional resilience, soft power, and self trust. You're stepping into a phase where you no longer have to fight for love. You embody it. Lead with calm confidence, not effort. The right person will meet you without needing to be managed. All right. In you, your inner state, you're at the Eight of Wands. This is your readiness, momentum, and desire for movement. You're emotionally ready, and part of you wants things to finally move forward. Stay open, but don't rush. Speed doesn't equal alignment. Let energy come towards you now. All right, the external influences. We have the Five of Cups. The meaning behind this is grief, regret, emotional residue from past loss. Someone around you or the energetic echo of a past connection still carries disappointment or remorse. You are not responsible for someone else's healing. Compassion doesn't require re-entry. Cards on both sides are beating me up today. All right. In the hopes and fears, we have the Seven of Cups. The meaning is confusion, illusions, too many emotional possibilities. You hope for magic, but fear choosing wrong again. Clarity comes from behavior, not potential. Choose what's consistent, not what's dazzling. All right, last but not least, in the outcome, we have the Three of Cups. This is joy, celebration, emotional community, and yes, sometimes a love that begins in friendship or shared joy. This is light, warm, happy love, not heavy or dramatic. Let love feel easy again. You're not meant for struggle type love anymore. All right, this spread says you've already left what couldn't meet you. You're done overgiving. You're emotionally ready, but no longer desperate. What's coming is lighter, mutual, and joyful. This is the kind of love that feels like I don't have to convince you, you see me. And honestly, that's long overdue. When I come back from my talk, we'll discuss why, just like last week, this week we again had 6 of one suit, but this time it was the cups. So we'll talk about the 6 cups in that reading. You can come back now. I just feel like I'm just getting back tonight.
You didn't see it in the chat, but I was tracking as you were doing the cards.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting smacked tonight all over the damn place.
Well, not just you, but they are so in
I
alignment.
know. I know. Like, what?
And I love how the Fool came out right at the beginning of February with everything that's transitioning and changing and coming up.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
For real.
But then again, you know, what better way to get a birthday present than that way, right?
There goes. I'm a whiny man.
Even though it was yesterday.
Well, yeah. I was supposed to be born today. I'll tell you the disgusting story real quick that my mom used to tell people, because I was due on February 2nd. I was a day early, obviously, but because today is Groundhog's Day, she used to tell people that I was going to come out and see my shadow and then go back in for another 6 weeks and not be born until April.
That's not disgusting. That's actually quite funny.
Anyway.
For Bonnie. Okay.
There you go, Mom. That one's for you.
She got one. That's good. That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Week of change with no regrets. A little late, better late than never, but the topic for Phoenix Talks this week is living in regret. And the theme of the readings tonight fell right in line with that. Are you? Are you? Are there decisions that you've made in your life that you wish you could turn back the clock and go change? Sorry, you can't. You just can't. Do you want to sit there? Do you want to stay there? Do you want to stay where you are and watch other people move forward? And then you regret because you missed your chance again. Find the momentum. Find your spark. Find what drives you. It's there. You're going to second guess yourself, question, am I doing the right thing? This is scary. God, this is uncomfortable. I don't like this. I feel you. Hours, days, networking, pushing through, overextending, pushing away, isolating. Lack of reciprocity, censorship. Just a few of the things I'm releasing personally to help you understand that message tonight. Leaving one thing that you're used to, comfortable with, don't want to leave the relationships or the networking or whatever applies in your situation, to go and do something new. It's scary. But if you feel it in your bones that you're making the right move, if you know that you don't align with where you're at, you have your answer. Whether it's messy, whether it's easy, you have your answer. Do you need more? Nah. I think that's enough.
Every single thing you listed, we got to do it. I got to do it too.
I'm laughing at little Essie. No,
Dang, Harrison.
no hidden cameras anymore.
So many of us are going through the same thing right now in different areas of our lives, but they're coming out in the same lessons. We're learning the same lessons, but just through different avenues. You know. Anyway, yeah, I'll talk more when it's my turn. I'll shut up now. All right, let me grab these. Let me grab these notes real quick on those cups. It's just a brief little thing that all right. So, like last week when we had all the wands, the fire, this week we've got all the cups, which is the water, which is the emotion. So, why are 6 cups showing up in one reading? Well, when 6 cups show up, it means that you're choosing an emotional life chapter. Old attachment patterns are being released. Finally, your heart is recalibrating its standards. This happens when you've done deep emotional healing. You're no longer willing to bypass feelings for connection. Love is becoming less about survival and more about resonance. Cups dominate when love shifts from can I make this work to does this nourish me? You're not being tested. You're being initiated into a more emotional, sovereign version of love. Okay, so just right in line with everything that Michka talked about and what the readings were about today, and um, the songs and everything, and how he talked about um, letting go and doing moving on and being scary in um, more like career type things. We guys always talk about love, and it's so fitting for me right now because God, I've spent like almost 7 months in this place of just trying to figure out why, wanting closure, and waiting for someone to show up at the door with an apology that it's not coming. It's not coming. I mean, the thing is that we don't realize, and I mean, I'll admit, I used my birthday yesterday as like just had to have like a cutoff for myself of some sorts. But it was like after all the time and effort and stuff I did for him on his birthday, if he doesn't at least reach out and say happy birthday to me, I'm done. I'm letting this shit go. I heard nothing. And that just, tells me the type of person that he is. And that tells me what I have been hiding from for so long. And that is these people, these, not just the people, but the career, the relationships, and money and everything else that we go through. The very minute we meet them, we kind of start fantasizing about what they're going to mean to us, what they're going to be, who they're going to be, what our expectations are from the very beginning, especially if we're empathic and if we're attachment. We have some attachment disorders. Like I do believe that I have anxious attachment disorder. And if you're dealing with those kinds of things, you start doing it right away, and you start attaching yourself immediately, and you start fantasizing immediately about how it's going to turn out, how it's going to be, who they are as a person. You take little pieces of good and you create this fantasy of everything being sunshine and roses, and it's not. 90% of it's not so great. And you're taking that little 10% and you're turning it into this non-existent fantasy. And for months after it's over, you're still feeding off those fantasies in your head, thinking that they're going to show up and apologize or whatever, thinking you're going to get closure. And then it reminded me of something that I read recently, and that's all I have to say. The lies were the closure. The manipulation was the closure. The abandoning you was the closure. And that's all the closure you need. It's time to take care of you and move on to the good things that are coming, because that love is coming. It's coming to you. I know it's coming to me. I will feel it one day. And in the meantime, I will love myself, and I will never accept anything less than what I deserve ever again. Period. And that's all she said. I had to say
That's all.
That's all.
That's all.
Love you too, Heather. You guys are awesome. Now that's what she said. Just reading the chat. Crazy chat, people.
And I actually have all 4 readings. I'm not doing them all in this set, but I have all 4 readings ready.
I do too. They were easy tonight, man. They just like, yeah, it was easy tonight.
I pulled from my other card slapping deck, but it's dreamier. The Shaman's Oracle. Starting off, Jonathan, falling angel rather. You are being cautioned now not to fall asleep or go unconscious. You have been flying about the strife and suffering of the world in angelic bliss. However, you risk being seduced by the beauty and comfort of your situation and losing track of your aspirations, your wings. As you fall, you pick up speed, heading toward the trees below and a possible nasty landing. Remember that all you need do to stop being a falling angel is spread your wings to halt your descent and then find an updraft again. Do not be seduced by the fallen angels, your supposed friends and companions who are ready to use you for their pleasure and have only their own interests in mind. As you soar once more in flight, receive the gift of the falling angel as an invitation to study the forest from above the trees. In other words, to analyze your situation from a higher perspective. Oh, there's that word again. Without being entangled in its thorny branches. Once you understand what needs to be done, head back to your lofty heights and stand by for the right moment. Action you take now may backfire. Stay conscious and wait until you are guided to change. You will know when the time is right.
All right, my dear. I think that you listened a bit last week because the situation, I feel like this is involving the situation from last week, but you got the 10 of cups and the 4 of wands. Your peace and harmony is coming back. And this goes along with what he just said, and you're going to get to that place because you're going to put some hard work in. Everything he just said. It's time for you to get to work. Plant those seeds and get started on that harvest.
Yes.
Yes. What she said.
What she said. All right, little Essie. You're up. You're welcome. Little Essie has straddling world. When the straddling worlds card shows up, it's an invitation to get used to living with one foot in your old world and one foot in the new. There's no going back to the way things once were, and what will be is not yet fully here. You must find the delicate balance that can bring you delight as you relish the past and all your memories, along with awe as you glimpse the astonishing and exciting future. Do not wait for applause. Move on quietly, humbly, invisible to others. This card brings an invitation to begin not only a new chapter, but a new book in your life. Do not break the news to anyone. Let people be as surprised as you are as you reinvent yourself. Make sure you are not just a slightly improved and more polished version of a dated and obsolete you. Birth yourself into someone original. Do not feel like you have to explain yourself or be understood by anyone. Become a mystery, even unto yourself. Gaze into the mirror one morning and be pleasantly surprised. Straddling Worlds invites you to become a true wizard, not one who performs magic tricks, but one who has mastered the dance between the visible and the invisible worlds, between the realms of form and formlessness. You are the birther of new ideas, of original and sustainable ways of being in the world.
Yes, you are the birther of new ideas and creative. But there he is, Mr. Page of Cups. He's the birther of the creative. But what are you holding on to right now that you shouldn't be holding on to? I feel like I feel when I look at this, okay, normally the 7 of Cups is about choices and it's about, temptations and stuff like that. But I'm feeling more right now like this is more about thoughts. Too many different directions, like too many different possible outcomes of a situation or something like that. But I'm getting this is it's reminding you. So, but I'm getting that part of that is because you're holding on to something that you need to let go of. So think about that, and then get to work on that new creative process.
And stop straddling worlds. Move forward. Definitely move forward.
Where's my reading for you? Okay. No, Mia, now's not a good time. Now it's not a good time. All right. So this is kind of self-explanatory in the beginning. It's a 5 of Cups in reverse. I mean, either way, upright, reverse. This card is loss and despair and deep wounding. It doesn't get good. This one doesn't get better. We know this. We know you're dealing with that, and part of it is things that were hidden from you, things that you didn't realize, things that you're starting to realize now because this kind of came outside. You're starting to pick up and you're starting to realize things weren't exactly as they seemed. But, you kind of knew that too. And the reality is, it doesn't matter anymore. It's time to be practical. Be the Queen of Pentacles. It's time to start realizing your worth. It's time to let go of all those things that I was talking about in my talk. All those fantasies that we made up in our heads that we held on to that were never true. The reality is that you were deeply wounded. And it's time. And I almost don't even want to show this card to you because I'm like, I don't want to see it either because it's starting to feel like a lot of hermiting at this point. It's gone on for a long time. And I'm ready to come out of it. And I know you're getting closer to being ready to come out of it. But what we got to do is we got to be practical. It takes however long it takes.
So look up at the stars in the sky. When you look up into the velvety dark blanket of the night sky covering the vast expanse of space, can you count all the stars twinkling above? Can you imagine that you are only glimpsing a teeny sliver of what is actually there? This is the domain of limitless possibility, of the never-ending sea of potential that you yourself are made of and have now at your disposal. Your life right now is alive with possibility and needs your clear focus to hone in on what avenue of exploration most calls to you. It's time to choose and not be distracted by the sheer magnitude of what may be. Be here now. Gather your thoughts and your most cherished dreams. Focus on the brightest star in your never-ending sky and take small steps, small movements toward calling this glittering potential into reality. If you can imagine this and hold that vision, you will summon all the celestial helpers and guides to aid you in bringing it into fruition. Keep your focus on the essence of potential rather than the form of it. The universe has its own ideas of how best to serve you and all of us at the same time. Trust this as fact rather than theory, and you ought not act surprised when your dreams come true, for they surely will. Exactly how you need them to. And sometimes it'll be in the cold November rain. And Hattery has one of my old friends that has come up quite a few times in the last week. Winter's Dream. The Winter's Dream is a summons to go within. Your life force longs to turn inward. Oh, more hermit message, just in case you were missing it. Like the sap of trees returning to the roots, cast your gaze toward the deep and hidden places in your heart. Come to rest again in the sanctuary and safety of your soul and be at peace, basking in your crystalline clarity in that quiet place. This is not hibernation. Do not fall asleep. Take your quiet, wakeful nature with you into stillness and know that you are replenishing your life force. Trust that the deeply buried seeds inside your soul. Sorry, they are so eloquent, it's hard to say. The ones you planted even before you were born are stirring softly, ready to awaken with the spring. But do not try to rouse them early. Instead, surrender to the quiet of winter's dream. It can lull you into a slumber where you can lose consciousness and become caught in a nightmare. Awaken. Awaken! Find that easy return to wakefulness that brings you clarity. This is the time to set your priorities in order, yet not act on any of them. Allow the clarity and transparency that comes with a winter's dream to permeate your heart and soul. The time for action will come later. Remember that all things are born of dreams, and your task is to wake up within the dream to lucidly guide it to your chosen destination.
Heathery. I
I mean-
literally don't even have to tell you the card. I could just show you the cards if you'd know yourself. Okay. Oh, is this 6 or 7? It's a 7. I knew it was a 7. Okay, 7 of Wands. Fights, arguments, issues, defensiveness because you feel like you're at a disadvantage. Yeah, no, why? Why though? Because you're focused on some bad memories right now. And if you're like everybody else, we're all going through this right now. So hopefully this is getting close to the end of it. We're getting closer. You're shedding, okay? But you're holding on to some bad memories. And how are you going to deal with those bad memories and you're going to heal yourself. You're going to take the time, you're going to face those memories, you're going to heal them. And how are you going to do that? Well, you got everything you need. It's all right there inside of you, and you already know what you have to do. And you already know what it is you're focusing on. Go ahead and shed that stuff. Use your magician. You've got everything you need right there. Heal. Heal!
And you know, something that I just realized is that in 2 weeks' time, from tonight, it will be Chinese New Year with the Zodiac. So we will literally be able to celebrate the final shedding of the skin of the snake and entering into the year of the horse, and we can celebrate that.
Absolutely.
There's some song inspiration for you guys to plan on 2 weeks from tonight, to send some celebration songs, things that proclaim you, that you want to just shout from the rooftops about yourself and where you want to go, who you want to be, what you want to release. Yes.
Let's get
Send
some
them
empowerment
in.
up your next 2 weeks from tonight. And it's your birthday.
And it's Nikki's birthday. Oh, she's a cusp Aquarius. Speaking of Nikki.
Yep.
Oh, you ready for that blank slate? Because you got Covenant. You are being invited now by the universe to enter into a sacred contract. The Covenant card may be a call to recognize that an ancient agreement you made with Spirit needs to be renewed, or canceled and torn up. Is an opportunity showing up right now that is full of promise, but you are unable to sign and seal the deal and commit to it. The reason is that it needs to be elevated to a sacred covenant. A covenant must be founded on the truth, not your truth or his truth or her truth, but a greater truth that takes the destiny of all into account. The covenant is not about your agenda only. Spirit must be invited to come to the table as a guarantor of the good faith of all and to ensure that the direction you are embarking in will be for the greater good. It's important that you understand what you are signing up for. Be sure to read the fine print so as not to commit to something you will soon regret or that will compromise your integrity. Do not hesitate to put all your own cards on the table so that your motives and desires are transparent, and nothing is left in darkness. When shadow elements remain hidden, the covenant breaks down and becomes a contract with an unspoken dark side that is inevitably fulfilled.
All right. Are you feeling this kind of came out sideways? This is the King of Cups. Are you feeling a little distracted and it's getting you a little hot headed in some areas potentially?
Not Nikki.
Not Nikki, never. Gotta get that to get yourself back into that space of gentleness and calm. What do we gotta do? Everything in moderation and become rational, cautious. This came outside. This came out sideways too, and I know because sideways. This is like you're between timid and unreliable, and rational and cautious. I know you're not timid. I know you're not unreliable. So I'm trying to figure out something. I don't know. You're overindulging in something. This is where the temperance, if you know, you're overindulging in something that is causing this, and we got to get you back to calm.
She knows what it is.
I know she knows what it is. I don't know what
Part
it
of
is.
me, part of me feels her growling across seas.
You wouldn't growl on me the day after my birthday, would you?
No, but she'd growl at herself.
Hush.
All right. Do you have one final message? Because I
I
have
do.
one after you.
I have a pretty telling one for today. Do I believe I am worthy? Mm-hmm. You are worthy. You are deserving. You are loved. Start seeing the divine beauty within you and go out and claim the life that you dreamt of. Your crown has been bought and paid for. Put it on your head and wear it. Today's soul action for a big goal or dream you have. Ask yourself, do I feel worthy of this? And then tell yourself, I am worthy of it all.
So burn with intention. Energy is not endless, yet out of loyalty, guilt, or habit, you've poured yourself into cracked vessels. Remember, your presence is never owed, but an offering, and no one deserves your depletion. You are allowed to change your mind, to walk away, to realign. So be intentional with your light. Devote your essence to what fuels your becoming and draw you deeper into expansion.
Amen to that. What was the name of that card again?
Burn with intention.
Okay. That's going to be the name of the show.
Hey, it fits. It does fit. I was trying to actually no. It was one of those when I shuffled. I went to separate it and it flipped over, and I was like, okay, well, I guess that's the one. And
I guess that's the one.
I didn't even have to shuffle.
We
That's
know.
how we know.
Yep.
But that's
That's
our show tonight. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much for checking us out. Be sure to subscribe, like, do all the things, as they say over in the TT world that I left. But do all.
Yeah, y'all go join my YouTube. It's kind of sad over there, and it needs to get some of that stuff needs to get pushed out, and it won't get pushed out until the.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are
everybody's-
subscribed to me, but click on the link
Yeah.
to go over to the messengers and click
Yeah.
subscribe over there as well. Click the notification bell. Click a like. Give us more likes over if you enjoyed the show. because that helps push us out so that more people can enjoy
Yes.
your amazing
then-
voices.
Go to the Lunaria one. That's the one I need to get boosted because I ain't got nobody over there. So go over there and get that boosted so we can get some of the Illuminate messages and stuff.
Absolutely. Lunaria 555.
That's right.
And tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, I'll be back with Brindle's Vision at noon. Tomorrow night, there will be a replay of The Rewind. And that Heather will pick one of the previous shows of the Rock Rewind. I always have trouble saying that word.
I know. I don't know what it is, but I
Rewind. You know, I always want to put the W first, but that'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Here's your reminder, Heather. But and then Wednesday, Reverend Diane and I will be back with Phoenix Talks, and this week we're talking about living in regret. I just finished the song today, and it's intense. But then I don't know if Will Iomi will be back Wednesday night over on Rise Radio for Honky Tonk Heaven. I'll let you know by then. Thursday is the Core at 11 a.m., and that's when the Collective Oracle Reading Evolution, the three co-founders of Rise Awakenings, will bring you a unique and unplanned message. Friday morning, Lunaria will be back at 11 a.m. with Illuminate, and that's our week. So enjoy the rest of your evening, your day, whenever you watch this. Those in the live chat, thank you so much for being with us. And
Yep, love you guys.
and circling back to the original message of the show of tonight, when you feel like you just can't get anywhere, like no matter what you do, you're just stuck. Well, give it one more try.
Hey, this is BrindeWolf.
And I'm Lunaria.
You're listening to Rise Awakenings, part of the Rise Radio Network where advice meets action.
We're here to spark your growth, lift your spirit, and help you crush your potential.
Rise awakening, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice where dreams awaken in life. Rise awakening, now is the time.
Rise Awakenings. Let's rise together.